Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel in these dire times, and I hope we all can stick together for the Ukraine. I do make my current content, which is an earring, as you can see. At the start I'm showing you how I made the earring, which isn't actually that complex a thing, because the main thing that I wanted to try here is rigging this earring so that I have it as a variable that will not morph and deform with the body. And a little spoiler for the end, there's a render at the end, also a bit of Ukraine themed, that shows the difference between just adding it as a variable and rigging it. I'm not completely done with the rigging here. So there's still some stuff I need to figure out. I didn't get to the point where I wanted to go with this, but you'll see later on. As you can see, I started with a ring for the ear. Added a second ring right there, which I'm extending currently as part of the earring. Right at the bottom there will be a small bubble, like a small gemstone. Overall, the design is really okay. I like how it looks. I like how it turned out, and it's really okay overall. There were a slight few things that I did while making this. As you can see, I've turned a few corners, but in the end it looked like I wanted to, or more or less like I wanted it to. Given if I had taken more time for this, it would probably look a lot better. But since I just wanted to have the model for a simple experiment, I went with an easier version of this. So this is the earring, basically the connection between the ring in the ear and the gemstone. The gemstone is really just a simple sphere, which will come in the end, and I also used very, very basic ideas for the textures. I have watched a few tutorials about rigging. So basically, whenever I rig, I usually have either the tutorial open or have just watched it a few times before. And in this case, it was no different. So you will see me stop a few times in the rigging process, because I just basically had to look up stuff, or had to look what is the guy in the video doing. Am I doing the right thing? Yeah, it's a bit of experimenting. It's a bit of trying out a bit of doing just what is told in the video, and overall it works quite okay. I mean, the earring in the end is rigged, is movable like I want to. It doesn't distort at all, but it doesn't stay at the ear where it should be. So there's there's still some kind of stuff that doesn't work. So I have to revisit it. I will most likely do another earring, and I will use the same earring and try again on the weekend, so that I have a better idea of how to do this, and hopefully that I get it straight. Yeah, adding the textures usually means we're done with the sculpting part, with the modeling part. I just had to resize the whole thing and put it in the right space, simply because I wanted to have the option of importing it as a variable, as well as having it on the right space for the figure setup. which is the next thing. This is the figure setup. You have seen this before, and something I found out is if I want to do this, I have to actually do the bone structure of Genesis 2. So hip, abdomen, abdomen 2, etc. In the right direction, in the right order. And also, as you can see, as we'll see in a minute, I didn't get the bones to align at the start of this. It didn't quite work like I wanted it to for some reason, and I found out when you set up the body in the figure setup panel, you have to lowercase the first entry and uppercase the second entry. So there's two entries, like the name, which has to be lowercase, and the label, which has to be uppercase, for it to align the bones of the object you want to rig and the body. This is important because it doesn't work otherwise. So right there, I'm trying to get the bones to align. It doesn't work because at the first try I had everything capsed, and right here I've made a break. I looked at it again and basically re-imported the whole thing with lowercase names, which makes it work. Next thing is I did the weight maps, which actually I didn't have to do as far as it seems. So as far as I can see, I could have just there's a trick to that, and I can just skip that, at least when I have multiple objects that will fit together to make one. Yeah, I've taken a bit of time to actually draw the bump map out of since I usually do this, and I try to draw the stuff that I haven't gotten yet, but I didn't get further than this. Okay, so next is I try to make this I worked in the geometry editor and made this a Vertex Group, and try to see how this works. This is basically something completely new that I haven't worked with yet, the geometry editor. So this is something I have to take a more detailed look in. What I'm trying right there is I'm trying to select a single polygon of this, or a single polygon of this whole vertex group, because I want the whole figure to use this one polygon as a reference point. And sorry, I'm still a bit. You hear my voice. I'm still a bit sore. And I'm basically just trying to select a single point, which at some point I managed to do. Right here. So theoretically, everything should follow this one point whenever I morph and whenever I move the figure. The only thing that doesn't happen yet, sadly, is that that it follows the figure. So when I morph Genesis 2, I'll do it in a minute, I guess. Right there. When I morph the figure, then the earring is just it's not deforming, which was the goal, but it's somehow moving weird within the figure. So I have to look how I do that again. Anyhow, that's it actually for today. This is what I was working on. I hope you liked the video, and I hope to see you guys around. Enjoy the render at the end, which is another tribute to the Ukraine. Let's all just hope that it doesn't escalate any further than it already has.